Advertise.
Nowadays, these niggas got telling ways. She like me when I was broke, now I am hella paid. Getting more money than that nigga that's selling weight. I can hear y'all, loud radio, heavy bass. I get dope, face the reach like I'm selling cake. Smoke ass till I levitate, you ain't never smoked that. Jet fuel, I got that from Uncle Snow. Yeah, I kept that shit 175. Yeah, like 7 quarters. I fucked so much that I probably got like $7. Boy, you move too quick just like a rabbit. Run the game like tortoise. Fuck her to the market. I think I'm immortal. I think I'm an alien that got shit straight down from a portal. Touch it from the back and I swear that I won't record you. Baby, I'm not normal. Baby, I'm not normal. They don't like us because we not normal. We can do anything and I won't bar you. It don't matter to you, but you know I can't afford you. You up on that amethyst, you know I can't ignore you. Watching Steven Universe, that's one hell of a story. You got guts, no glory. Yeah. You got guts, no glory. You got guts, no glory. I could build your confidence as you build mine. You like me, I would love you always into the end of time. It seems like that I'm always on that thin line. Like 808s of heartbreak, Kanye with a little hint. Samurai Jack on a journey, on my loan. always rockin' Vima. They ask me, can I rap, man, can I? But I choose to be a sharpshooter like Chris Benoit. Driving in that Lamb, I remember when my mom took me to Pendine. Fucked a girl from Sweden, then I sent her ass to Denmark. Fucked a girl from LA and I left her ass right there. Of course you rock with me cause I just came out this year. But I'ma see if you really fuck with me if you listening next year. Counting all my bands up, go ahead throw your hands up. Throw your, yeah, go ahead throw your hands up. Mad because they're only chance up. Yeah, your only chance up. Yeah, and I really did it. Oh, I really did it. Yeah, I really did it.
It's in number, the B-I-B-L-E.
Yo, what's up everybody? So here we are again covering the 13th day of the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, third day of jury deliberations, and they are currently not on yet. They're not, as you can see on the Rittenhouse verdict watch right here in the little box. They're still not on the screen. So the deliberations are going on right now as we speak. So I put on this stream where they have both that and what we're seeing here in the big screen is the Aubrey murder trial. So I thought we might as well put that as well, so we're not just sitting here looking at like some blank screen and we have something else to look at, because I guess it's also interesting to check that out as well, although I'm not too as interested in that yet because I want to see what happens with Kyle first before I really start looking at that stuff. It is something I'll probably cover as well in the future because pretty sure they're much earlier into this trial. I'm not sure exactly when it started. Let me check. Maybe it says here somewhere. I don't know what date it is for the Aubrey trial. But the main thing here is obviously the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, what we're going to be talking about. I have a few things I want to talk about. I'm going to have to look through again to, remind myself exactly what. But we definitely have a lot of time. And yesterday was a good stream. We had plenty of people on, so I'm hoping today will be the same. I have Collins on my Discord. If you want to call in, you want to talk about something, you can join my Discord, and I'm in the Collins voice chat. I deafen the chat right now, so if you're in there, can't hear you yet, I'll turn it on soon. I'll let you guys know when I'm going to be taking Collins in, but that's going to happen a little bit later on. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Ash Ketchum says, yo, what's up, bro? Let's see, anything else I wanted to say right before we really get into this? I think that's pretty much sums everything up. I'm not sure how long this will take in terms of the jury deliberations. I know it could definitely go on for much longer. I really didn't think it would even get this long, really. I thought it wouldn't be too long, maybe a day or two. But I'm not really too optimistic we'll even get a verdict today. I mean, it's obviously a possibility, but I'm not. I think it's a low chance of it happening at this point, which is kind of crazy because the whole week following up to this, it was looking pretty good for Rittenhouse, and I'm pretty sure most people, even on the left, were agreeing that things are looking good for him, even if they didn't like it. And mostly of them, they were blaming the judge on that. But now all of a sudden it's really taken a turn after yesterday especially. And now that we're looking at the jury taking a pretty long time, that doesn't seem too good. But we'll have to see what happens. We'll hope for the best. Let me turn the volume up on here a bit.
Did what only God
We'll see
could
what's
do when
going
we
on.
needed it. Level the valley when we needed it. Level the mountains when we needed it.
I think they're probably,
Only
I don't know
God
if they're
can show up and do what we need him to do
on break
today.
right now.
So
They're
God,
just
we
here
say
though.
Thank you for bringing us together.
I haven't heard
Thank
too
you
much
for
about
the power
Aubrey
of
in a
prayer.
while,
Thank you
so
for the Holy Spirit.
I'm not sure exactly
Thank
what's
you,
going
God,
on
for
with
keeping
that.
your
I was
word.
more focused
You
on
said you
Rittenhouse,
never
like I
leave us,
said.
you never forsake us, and God, we say thank you. It's
been a while since I've seen anything about
Make
that.
ways out of no ways.
Especially
Make
the
all
trial. I
crooked
think
paths
most people aren't really too
straight.
focused on
We thank you
that.
now, oh God, that we seek justice for this family, God. We pray, Lord, that righteousness
Alright,
and
I'm gonna
justice
go on Discord
will
right now,
marry
and
together.
I undeafened
That you will
myself.
break the hearts
So if
of
anybody wants
those
to call
who broke
in,
your heart.
you'll have
God,
your
that
chance
you would
throughout
break
the
the
stream,
yokes
unless
of those
something
who hold
important
to
happens in
evilness.
terms of the Kyle
God, we
Rittenhouse trial.
thank you right
Then I'm
now
gonna have to mute
for
it.
moving in a mighty
And maybe later on
direction,
I'll let
moving
multiple
on
people get
our
on if they
behalf,
want, and we'll do like a little
moving in
group
this
talk. It
space,
depends how much people get
changing
on.
this city's policy,
That's also a
changing this city's
possibility.
polity. But God, we say thank you for holding on to us, never letting go, keeping us, delivering us. And God, we pray right now that you would give peace where there is unrest.
Yes, Lord.
God, God, that you would make ways, that you would show yourself
Raz says, yo, what's up, bro? Good to see you again.
in this direction, that you would move in the Arbery's direction, that you would move, God, and do what only you can do, so that when we come together again, we'll know that it was only you and the power of prayer, for those who pray right now. Pray with me, my brothers. Pray with me, my sisters. Give a shout to the Lord. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Give him the highest praise. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord, for doing what only you can do. So we've come by faith. We walk by faith. And now we're putting our action to faith. Because we
See
know,
what's going
God,
on Twitter, like
if it
always.
had not been
I like to check up on there as
for
well.
our
There's a few things I saw on there I wanted to mention, so let's see if I can find them. I've seen a lot of people still talking about the whole pizza thing for some reason. I know our friend Cheezer3000 made a tweet about that, so that reminded me of that. I've seen a lot of people talk about that still, which I know we covered yesterday, but you know how people are like with that kind of stuff. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest. The whole pizza thing is just like, all right, I guess good there's no one being killed out there, but like, come on now, we all know what's going on here. As soon as if Kyle Rittenhouse gets not guilty verdict, or even if he doesn't, they'll probably still riot in the streets, destroy people's businesses, stuff like that. So I don't know, it's always the right that always like falls into these stupid games. Like obviously I get what some people see out of that, but also here we have Gates over here. He was
Thank you for your
apparently saying that he'd hire Kyle Rittenhouse as a congressional intern.
Thank you for your advocacy for Kyle
So-
Rittenhouse. He is not guilty. He deserves a not guilty verdict, and I sure hope he gets it, because you know what? Kyle Rittenhouse would probably make a pretty good congressional intern. We may reach out to him and see if he'd be interested in helping the country in additional ways. Thank you for your advocacy for Kyle Rittenhouse. He is not guilty. He deserves.
Alright, so I don't know. That was pretty weird. What was this yesterday? It says, if Kyle Rittenhouse did not have a weapon to defend himself, this is going to be his fate. This trail represents all of us, whether we truly have the right to keep and bear arms and a right to defend ourselves with those arms. Did they kill someone here? I don't know if I could show this if they did. Let me check here. Looks like they beat someone up pretty badly. God damn, yeah, that guy's definitely dead, man. Oh, he's bleeding too.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Shit.
Look at your stupid ass. You came out with a sword.
That's crazy. When did this happen? This wasn't yesterday, right? Is this like a random video? There's not really much other information about it. Look, again with the driving to a different state. Kyle Rittenhouse drove to an entirely different state, inserting himself where he had no business being. Look, the whole different state thing is ridiculous. I know I keep talking about that, but it's just people keep bringing that up. It's not like he went like on a 5-hour drive to go to a different state. He went to a place 30 minutes away from him. So this is a pizza thing again. I feel like I've talked about that enough. Raz says, I think that guy talked shit about Nick back in 2019. Who Gates? I think if you're talking about him, yeah, I think I know about that. When Nick doesn't really like him too much. So, and didn't he also have like some problems with like some underage girl or something like that? That was like weird. I remember something like that happening.
Number of recognizable faces, including Reverend Jesse Jackson, also Reverend Al Sharpton, and Crump, all outside of the courthouse here in Georgia. Now, this again had come on the heels of some comments that had been made in the courtroom when there was some defense attorney. Pastors attending
what is
the
wrong with
trial
this
after
Fox
Al
News
Sharpton
audio?
was
It's
spotted.
like cutting
They
out
also asked
the video too.
for Reverend Jesse Jackson.
I'm only
to
putting
be
this one
removed
on because
from the courtroom,
they're
saying
putting
that it
other
could
stuff while we
potentially
wait. The other ones are just
sway
blank.
those juror members.
And
So again, this has
even
been
one of them, for
something
some
we've been
reason,
staying on top
they,
of,
like,
as
cut
well
off and
as
there's,
our
like, some weird beeping
Wisconsin
noise.
trial out in
I don't know what's up
Kenosha.
with
So
that.
we'll continue to keep an eye on all of the activities happening both inside and outside of these courtrooms. I do see that when it comes to Georgia, we do have our witness sitting back down on the stand. So this is a brand new witness that was just called right ahead of this break that had been taken here in the courtroom. We are now on day number 10 as we continue to hear more witness testimony happening here again with the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial. 3 men are being tried for the death of Ahmaud Arbery. Let's listen in live right here on Live Now from Fox.
So if you're just tuning in, this is a witness for Ahmaud Arbery. Or Arbery, how do you say that? I don't even know. But
All rise for the jurors.
I feel like this trial is definitely not going to go good for the shooters. Or there was one guy, right? If I remember correctly, this was the black dude who was jogging with a hammer.
And as the
by,
jury
like, a
walks
construction
in again,
site.
There was 3 individuals
And then
who were
obviously
on trial here
some
today.
dudes went up to him,
One of those
confronted him, and
individuals
then
we
they
just heard
shot him
from
with like a
that
shotgun,
defendant,
like straight in the
Travis,
chest or something like that
McMichael.
happened.
He and
It's
his
definitely, I saw
father
the
were
video of it.
frustrated by a
It
string
was
of
not a good look at all.
break-ins and burglaries that were happening in their neighborhood. They decided to take matters into their own hands when they saw Arbery running through the subdivision, thinking he
And it's
matched
like,
the
honestly, I don't care if
description
these
of that
guys go to
person.
jail for that, if I'm being
When he
completely
wouldn't
honest,
stop,
because
they did fight over a
it's like,
shotgun, and that's when 2 shots
I don't know, I feel
went
like
into Arbery,
if it was
killing
me in that situation, I probably wouldn't have
Spell your first and last
wouldn't have done
name.
the same thing.
Jack, Jack, Brinson, Brinson.
It's a lot
Mr.
less
Brinson, how old are you?
defendable as well.
I'm 67.
Are you married?
Yes.
How long have you been married?
41 years.
Okay. And where do you live?
I live in Satilla Shores.
What street do you live off of?
I live on Zelwood Drive.
On Zelwood. Okay. And where on Zelwood is it? Is it closer to Highway 17 or to the back of the neighborhood?
It's to the back.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
We have lived there, my wife and I have lived there for a little over 35 and a half years.
Okay. Do you have any other family that lives in the neighborhood?
Yes, my daughter and son-in-law live next door and 3 grandchildren.
They live where?
Right next door.
Oh.
And I want to apologize. I'm a little hoarse. I've had a cough, so if I.
Okay. Well, there's some tissue
bear with
next
me.
to you if you need them.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you for letting us know. You said your daughter and 3 grandchildren?
Yes,
All right. And what is your daughter's name?
Jill.
And what is your son-in-law's name?
Brandon Gregory.
Okay. How is he employed?
He is a detective with the Clinton County Police
Putting the
Department.
poll up again as always. I know
I want to ask you some
yesterday
very limited questions
little
about
bit
your
late.
experiences in the neighborhood.
Okay.
Okay. At any point in time,
This time I
did
really
you
expect
become
100%.
aware
Last time
of
we had like a Fed or two
ongoing
in
crime
here.
in the neighborhood?
Yes.
Someone said they were going to report my
What type
channel
of
and
crime were
they
you
voted
aware?
guilty, so
It's
it's just so obvious that I just put it there to see if we can get 100%. Obviously, there's always going to be some dude that somehow gets
my
on
vehicle
here.
was broken
Says
into.
not guilty.
And I didn't realize.
I really don't know how anybody can seriously think that.
Coffee.
Let me turn this volume up a little bit. Some people's like mics on this are like really high. Some of them are pretty low.
I keep a bunch of quarters.
Like this one, I can barely hear.
In that car, just for tire pressure, things like that. And the ashtray poured out, and the quarters were gone.
I'm going to stop you there. What kind of work do you do or did you do?
I was a sales tax and withholding tax auditor for the compliance division of the Georgia Department of Revenue for 30 years.
Okay. Did anything happen to some of your stuff related to your work in terms of being stolen?
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay. You were saying then that you had some things stolen from your car.
Yes.
And that
CDs and things like that, but nothing really of value.
Okay. Do you know whether or not your wife is a member of the Facebook Satilla Shores page?
Yes, she is.
Are you aware whether she posts on that page?
Yes, she does.
Okay. Do you all discuss the types of things that are posted on the Facebook page as it may relate to crime?
Yes.
Okay. And I want to ask you if you ever became aware of any crime as it relates to Larry English's house, 220 Satilla Shores.
Objection to hearsay if this is based on the Facebook page, Judge.
Well, it's not based on the Facebook page.
Or whether he heard it from his wife, who got it from the Facebook page.
I'm just going to ask him if he's aware of it, Your Honor. I haven't gotten to the hearsay part just quite yet. Just want to establish a little foundation if he's aware of what's going on in the neighborhood. We're asking about if he's aware of crime.
Okay.
Are you aware of any thefts occurring in Larry English's home?
Yes.
And did you come to understand the type of things that were stolen from his home? Without saying what you were told, did you become aware of the types of things that were stolen in the home?
Yes, and also a dollar amount.
Without going into what you were told. Okay. And do you recall who you learned that from?
Various,
just the name of the person or persons?
Various people.
Can you name them?
I would say one would have been Matt Benzie, maybe Taylor Zachary, maybe, I don't know, probably several other people, word gets around.
Did you discuss these types of things with your wife and your daughter and your son-in-law?
Yes.
Did you all make any changes in your habits to try to address or deal with some of the crime that was going on in the neighborhood?
Yes, after that first instance, as minor as it was, we had fake cameras at that point, and we bought a camera system ourselves. And,
so you had fake?
Yeah, we had, try to just let someone think we had a camera system out.
Okay.
So then we actually went out and bought actual real cameras.
Okay, very good. That's all I have. Thank you, sir. The state may have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
No questions, Judge.
Thank you, sir. You may step down.
Okay.
I understand he can be released.
Yes.
Yes, it must.
And, sir, you can step down and you are released. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Defense call Annabelle Beasley.
By the way,
And for some of our viewers, you are going to be seeing
this
another
stream,
2-minute break as we have yet another witness called
wait,
to
another
the
break, 2-minute break. All right, so just so you guys know, this stream was probably not going to go on as long as last stream. Just because last stream I was kind of waiting to see if we'd get a verdict. Turns out we didn't. And I'm not too confident we'll get one today either. It really doesn't look like it. So if we don't get a verdict anytime soon, I'll just end it earlier. Last one was like, well, almost 4 hours. So this one, maybe 1 or 2 hours. It also depends on, what happens, like what we see on here, and if anybody calls in, stuff like that. Also planning a lot of different things for next week, so be on the lookout on my Twitter, my Discord. I'm planning some other interactive type things like that. I'll have some sort of like debate soon.
Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please introduce yourself to the jury.
My name is Annabelle Beasley.
And Miss Beasley, where do you live?
I live in Satilla Shores, 225 Satilla Shores, Brunswick, Georgia.
And how far is that from Sue B. Lawrence's house?
Next door.
Could you tell the jury how you're related to Miss Lawrence?
She's my daughter, and since she's single, divorced, I asked her to move next door so I could keep an eye on the kids.
How long have you lived in that house you're
Since 2004.
So 16, 17 years?
Longer than that.
Longer than that. My math is wrong.
I feel like this would be an interesting
And you
article
mentioned
to
your
look at.
grandchildren, Subi's
No,
children.
1994, I'm sorry.
1994, okay,
this
so
in
it's
a
not my
second.
math, it's your math.
My math was.
All right, and you mentioned grandchildren. How many kids does Subi have?
She has 3 boys.
And how old are they?
Right now, the oldest is 15. I have a 13 and a 10.
Please describe for us the type of neighborhood Satilla Shores is. Certainly when you moved in 1994 and as it's gotten
When
closer.
I moved in 1994, it was an older neighborhood, a lot of seniors in there, and it was quiet. I think my kids were the only 2 daughters that grew up next door, grew up right there. They went to high school they were in Satilla Shores, and so we didn't know a whole lot of neighbors then because a lot of seniors tend to keep to themselves. But in the last few years, things have evolved and the seniors have moved on, and we've got younger families in the neighborhood.
So more children in the neighborhood.
That is correct.
Do you know the children who live across the street at the Perez residence?
I certainly do.
Okay, and how do you know those kids?
I know those kids really well. I've known them since they were little because they went to the daycare with my little grandkids.
Okay.
Yes. And I've known Diego since he was a young boy at Sunday school. And then we reconnected, and then I found out that he's buying a house across the street from me. And I said, what a blessing.
Okay. That's wonderful. So, the neighborhood was elderly. Now it's more younger families. Do you live with anybody in your house?
No.
Okay. Do you do anything to maintain your own security at your house?
I have recently, after all the happenings in the neighborhood. It was unnerving. And so I had to, she's single, she couldn't defend me, I got to protect myself. So it became necessary to have cameras put up.
Okay, and you have cameras at your front door, or what parts of your house?
I think I only have one at the front door.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was put on recently, so.
Okay. Did there come a time when you yourself became the victim of a property crime?
Yes, I did.
Could you tell us about that?
Well, I was in China, and my black Honda was sitting in my driveway, and my kids, I communicated with them every day, and they discovered that the car was broken into, the door was wide open, and they had been in, so they saw that it was all ransacked. And I asked my daughter if she reported it to the police, and she said no, because the week before, somebody's Jeep was broken into, and the police said, you should have locked your door, there's nothing we can do about it. And since my door was unlocked, she decided not to call the police.
Mm. Did you end up, when you came home from China, calling the police about it or anything?
No, it was way past, yeah.
Okay, so it was a crime that's unreported to the police.
That is correct.
Okay. Did you become aware of a situation where Subi's cameras, Miss Lawrence's cameras, went off one night in 2019?
She told me about it.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you, as a result of what she told you, did you do anything about that?
Not personally, no.
Didn't change security, didn't change
No.
your...
I have a security system in the house.
Right. Like an alarm system?
Right.
Okay. Now, you mentioned that Miss Lawrence has 3
Boys.
kids, 3 boys.
Mm-hmm.
Are you aware of those boys ever going across the street to Mr. English's house to borrow some pieces of wood?
No.
Okay. Are you aware of them ever playing at Mr. English's house?
They played with Mr. English's son. And Mr. English's son would come across and play with them. And Mr. English, when they were using scrap wood to make a ramp, he said he would build them a ramp.
Okay. And do you know if that ever happened?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Did there ever come a time when your grandchildren became too afraid to play outside?
Yes.
And do you know what happened?
Well, I think they were scared by what they saw. And then they called their grandmother one night, I wasn't there, and their mama was at a birthday dinner, and they saw somebody. Pardon me?
No, not you. You can sustain or overrule that objection.
Yeah, this is what she heard that the boys were reacting to.
Okay.
That's the same.
Let me move past what they told you.
Okay.
Did there come a time where they stopped playing outside at night?
We wouldn't allow them to.
You didn't allow them. You mean you say we? You're talking about you and Miss Lawrence.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And why wouldn't you allow them to play outside?
Because we didn't want them to encounter anything, you know.
I think this is all still based on hearsay from what she heard from either the board or somebody else. So the reaction or what they're allowing them to do because of that is still based on that hearsay.
Okay, let's focus on let's figure out.
Yeah.
It sounds like she made a decision. Let's figure out what her decision is and why.
Right, and that's what I was trying to do, Judge. Do not tell us what the boys told you, but did there come a time when they stopped playing outside?
That's correct.
And you said you didn't want them to play outside.
Correct.
And
look through Twitter a bit more.
Tell us why you and Miss Lawrence made the decision.
Looks like we're probably
not
gonna
to
be here a while.
Because of things that were happening in the neighborhood, we didn't want the boys
got these
out
lefties
there. We didn't want
coping
them to
around here.
confront or.
I don't know. They really think that the judge has a bias. I mean, I can agree that some things definitely seems like it, but it's kind of irrelevant because it's just clear as day. But if anything, they're just mad that the judge isn't biased towards the other side, because he was doing mostly fine for a while. It says the judge at Rittenhouse's murder trial banned MSNBC from the courthouse Thursday after police said they briefly detained a man who had followed the jury bus and may have tried to photograph jurors. I saw this earlier, but I didn't see much about it. We'll probably talk about that later. I'll read that article because I did have this other one I want to check out first and see what it says. Probably nothing too surprising out of this. It says 10 media myths exploded during the Rittenhouse trial. So obviously, we already know some of them, like white supremacists. It says there was never any evidence that Rittenhouse was a white supremacist, even by the time Biden made that false claim last September. The prosecution confirmed the fact during the trial when it failed to produce evidence of any kind that Rittenhouse was a white supremacist or had racial motivations. The owners of the car dealership who asked Rittenhouse and others to help were Indian American. So that's pretty obvious. It says the second one, Rittenhouse shot first. Actually, a rioter named Joshua Zeminski was the first to fire shots during the fateful melee at the car dealership that Rittenhouse had rushed to protect. Though Rittenhouse testified that he did not see or hear the shots, they were the first ones fired that evening, shortly before Rittenhouse shot his first pursuer, a rider named Joseph Rosenbaum. So that's another one. That one's a big one, though, because I feel like a lot of people, for some reason, they don't even know this. Although it's not I mean, at least to me, or people following it, it's kind of obvious. It says 3, Rosenbaum was a peaceful protester, though the prosecution tried to portray Rosenbaum as a concerned citizen who just happened to show up at the riot. Even the assistant district attorney, Thomas Binger, had to admit that Rosenbaum had been committing violent acts that night, including setting things on fire and using the N-word to threaten other people. Binger tried to make light of the crimes Rosenbaum committed, an odd strategy considering he is prosecuting Zeminski for arson. Alright, next one is number 4, Rittenhouse was never in danger. The prosecution tried to argue that the defendant was never in mortal danger, that he could have retained in a safer direction. But even when the prosecution acknowledged that Rittenhouse was trying to save his own skin, as if it were a bad thing, so the district attorney, James Krause, tried a new strategy. He argued that the defendant should have allowed himself to be attacked rather than shooting because everybody takes a beating sometimes. I didn't even hear that because obviously I haven't covered the whole entire trial, just like the last few days. That's probably before. That's kind of crazy. I didn't know about that. Everybody takes a beating sometime. That's kind of a stupid statement. It says NBC News confirmed that a freelancer was taken near a bus filled with jurors on the Rittenhouse trial. Alright, we're still waiting here. Does attorneys question a witness?
What kind of work do you do?
I mean,
Let me go look at the other streams. Yeah, still nothing going on. Where was this one? Which one? Oh, the Fox one. Fox. I gotta remember that.
This is all the vinyl they pressed before you got involved.
Yeah, absolutely. In the other room, it's just all marked.
Okay.
All right, we're back
Could
here.
you tell us where you live?
So, I don't know what this separate box is, but it's whatever. I guess we'll keep going through this. Let's see, where were we at? Rittenhouse is never endangered. It says, oh yeah, that one. Everybody takes a beating sometimes. We just read that. That was pretty stupid. It says the victims were unarmed. Rosenbaum did not attack Rittenhouse with a weapon, though he wielded a chain earlier in the evening, but Anthony Huber smashed Rittenhouse over the head with a skateboard twice. Engaged Grosskreutz, who was wounded, had a pistol that he was not even licensed to carry. Grosskreutz testified he had pointed a gun at Rittenhouse before the defendant fired. A shocking admission that seemed to confirm Rittenhouse's self-defense argument. Yeah, and that happened like one of the earlier days of the trial, so ever since then it was pretty much over. Soy Domo says verdict is today. It could be technically, but to be honest, I'm not sure. I don't think it will be. For some reason, I don't have a very good feeling about that. We'll see, though. We'll see. We'll keep it up here, I guess, until 5 again. I'm not sure. Yesterday, they had until like 5 p.m. CST to come up with a verdict, so I don't know if it's the same here. I haven't seen anything about it. But I'm assuming it'll be around the same time length. But look, so far, they're still here. The screen on the bottom right is the Rittenhouse verdict watch, and it's been like that on the same screen for like, what, it must be over 2 hours now that it's been like that. Or actually, it was 1 hour because they were on earlier for like a few minutes, and then they got off again. So it's been a while, and right now I guess we're just passing the time, reading stuff, and watching a little bit of the Aubrey trial. Beppis Group says Mr. Rittenhouse will be a free man in due time. Well, that's the type of white pilling I like to see, man. Always good stuff from Beppis Groiper, but I don't know. It's been a little shaky recently, if I'm being completely honest. I hope you're right, though. I really don't want to see him go to jail. I mean, he could be charged with something. I just hope it's not like... Because didn't he technically not own the gun legally? I mean, he could probably get charged for that. I don't remember. I think that's what I heard. It says... Rittenhouse... Alright, back to this thing we were just at. So we are at number 7. Alright, here. Oh, look. Just what I was talking about. We're actually number 6. Rittenhouse broke gun laws. Alright, so apparently this is a misconception thing I just mentioned, so maybe this will clear it up. It says the media claimed that Rittenhouse had broken gun laws because he was too young to be in possession of a weapon or had driven it across state lines. PolitiFact even ran a fact check against the claim that he was perfectly entitled to have an AR-15 rifle, but as prosecutors eventually admitted, Rittenhouse was legally in possession of the rifle because he was over the age of 16 and it was a long-barreled. It was also kept at a friend's house in Wisconsin. All right, so I stand corrected on that. I guess that's not a problem, but it is on this article of misconception, so I guess it's not too bad. I wasn't too sure about that. Most of these so far, except that, I pretty much already knew, though, and I'm sure most of you guys did. Most of you guys did too if you're keeping up with it. Alright, this is the state lines thing that I've been talking about a lot. It says, it is true that Rittenhouse is from Antioch, Illinois, but he was working last summer as a lifeguard in Wisconsin, and his father lives in Kenosha, a fact that tripped the prosecution when they tried to portray Rittenhouse as a kind of outsider, a chaos tourist, who neither cared about nor was familiar with the local community. So, I have mentioned that quite a lot, so I don't know. I don't feel like we need to go deep into that, but it is pretty important. Because even after all of this has already been discussed, people still always mention that he crossed state lines. Like if it's like some big deal, like a haha gotcha moment or something like that. When, first of all, something that wasn't even mentioned in this article, that it was only like 30 minutes away, which is not really that far. In at least for most places, I know most people 30 minutes is still within their area. And the fact that his dad lived there and that he worked there as well during the summer, it's not like he had no idea where he was and he was just some guy coming out of nowhere to a different state, a few hours away to go just kill people. That's not really what happened at all, because, you know, we stick to the truth here. It says Rittenhouse's mother drove him to the riot. This is a myth still propagated by CNN. Was exploded at the trial. She was not even in the state. Rittenhouse arrived on the scene with other people, as even the prosecution admitted during the trial. Oh, which that does remind me, didn't he technically drive without a license? I think something like that was mentioned during the trial. It's practically nothing though. It says 9, Rittenhouse came to kill. Rittenhouse's own testimony provided strong evidence that he had come to help. He offered medical assistance to rioters, even though he lied about being qualified to do so. Yeah, that, I don't know why he did that. Like, I guess he is young, but like, come on, I'm not sure why he did that. And that kind of I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter too much, because either way he's still innocent, but it's just like not really a good look when you lie about being qualified to be a medic or something. Comes off as straight up a lie. I mean, it is a lie. So it says, and all right, let's go back. He offered medical assistance to rioters and did not shoot anyone who did not attack him, even if they were armed and dangerous. One witness testified Rittenhouse had even de-escalated the conflict. It says number 10, this is the last one. The Kenosha protests were peaceful. The jury saw lengthy footage of the riots. What they did not see, but which emerged in media reports during the trial, was that the alleged victims all had criminal records. Yeah, I know, there's like a pedophile, I remember that. So that would not in itself justify the shootings, but the high proportion of convicted violent criminals among the peaceful protesters was a revelation. Alright, so that's the 10 common misconceptions here by Breitbart. It's a pretty good article, I guess. Nothing too surprising for us, but I guess it's a good article for, you know, people who are not into it. It's just a lot of people, actually, more than you'd think. Let's see what else here. Let's go back to this. Alright, still nothing for Rittenhouse, as expected. I really don't expect it to I don't really expect anything to happen. I don't know, maybe will they even come back today? I don't know how it works when they the streaming stuff. I know while the jurors are deliberating, obviously they have it off, and I guess before they're dismissed, I think they go on for a little bit. But yesterday they were on for some periods of time, and I'm assuming it'll be the same today as well. Look, everyone's talking about the MSNBC thing, so I think we should probably check that out. I don't know too much about it. I just know what supposedly happened. I think that was yesterday. Apparently it happened, and now it's being reported. So let's check out this article. It says MSNBC News is banned from Kenosha courthouse for the rest of the for the rest of the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. I was yawning there. After a man claiming to be a producer for the network was caught following the jury bus and attempting to take pictures of the jurors. So that's illegal, right? I think it says MSNBC News has been banned from the Kenosha courthouse for the remainder of the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. Blah, blah, blah. We already saw that. This is literally the title. It says, addressing the court Thursday morning, Judge Bruce said, this is a very serious matter, and I don't know what the truth of it is, but I would go without very much thinking that someone who's following the jury bus is an extremely serious matter. So basically he's trying to dox the jurors, right? It says, Kenosha Police Department tweeted an announcement regarding the incident earlier Thursday morning as the jury entered the third day of deliberations amid heightening tensions in the small Wisconsin town. Violent clash on the courthouse steps saw 2 arrested Wednesday. As the clock ticks down on deliberations, there's a growing unease that fears of civil unrest may be hampering the jurors' ability to reach a unanimous verdict. This identifies of the 18 remaining jurors, 12 deliberating and 6 alternates has been closely guarded amid fear of intimidation and reprisal. So yeah, that's a few people were arrested yesterday apparently outside the courthouse. I think I showed the videos of that. I don't remember exactly. I don't know if we know what happened. I know that there's also a Black Lives Matter guy who body slammed a reporter, and for some reason, I don't think anything happened to him. Should probably look into that. It says NBC News in a statement, last night a freelancer received a traffic citation while the traffic violation took place near the jury van. The freelancer never contacted or intended to contact the jurors during deliberations and never photographed or intended to photograph them. Cameras for Court TV, which is broadcasting the trial in its entirety, are carefully angled to avoid catching a glimpse of any jurors as they enter or exit the court, and pool photographers permitted to photograph proceedings must train their cameras away from the juror's box. Earlier this week, one of the pool photographers was removed from the courtroom, having accidentally taken pictures in which jurors are clearly visible. The images were not published. Today, Judge Schroeder revealed that the jurors are being driven to the court from a different location each day, and that the windows are covered to prevent them from being exposed to any banners or disruption from either supporters of Rittenhouse or those who condemn him. He said, "I'm going to call it a sealed box," and that's being done every day they're brought into the building. That's pretty, it's like high-level stuff right there. It says, according to the judge, yesterday evening, an individual identifying himself as James G. Morrison, who claimed that he was a producer with NBC News, MSNBC, and under the supervision of a person he identified as Irene Bayonne in New York. The police stopped him because he was following at a distance of about a block, went through a red light. Yeah, that's pretty sus. I'd say he's probably actually following the bus, even though he says he wasn't. It says he gave them information that he was instructed by Ms. Bayonne in New York to follow the bus. All right, there we go. So that's that. Let me see anything else important here. I think it's just closing it off. Yeah, this that's pretty much it for that. I wonder what'll happen to that. I don't know if that's actually illegal. Is it? I'm not sure. Again, I'm not like some legal expert or anything. So this is Kyle Rittenhouse supporters. Am I reading this clearly? This is the pizza thing again for like the 10th time. Everybody's talking about this.
I'm looking for the cheese.
It's so ridiculous. This is like all the boomers and stuff that they like to act like, you know, we're just arguing over sports teams or something like that. It's like, yeah, these are the same people that are probably gonna burn down some buildings at some point. Even if it's not over Kyle Rittenhouse, like hypothetically, if Kyle Rittenhouse got a guilty verdict, something else is obviously going to happen in the future where these people are going to tear down some buildings, businesses, fight people. And now we're just sharing a pizza, some unity here, amazing things. Yeah, okay.
Respect what you do. All right.
See, they act like it's like just like a game or something. Like, you know, we might have some difference, but after all, we're all Americans. It's like this is the type of people that are like doing this this whole pizza thing and thinking it's like some amazing thing. It's like we have so much other stuff to worry about that I don't know. It's way too corny. And that's like literally an example of why the right is always losing, because that's like their attitude towards pretty much everything. It says the jury is on day 3 of deliberations in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. Here's the scene in Kenosha. So this was posted like 15 seconds ago, so this is probably happening fairly recently. Alright, I thought maybe there'd be something more exciting going on, but it's just a 7-second clip of a bunch of cokes over there. See if this person posted anything else. It says Kenosha County Sheriff is passing out cookies and coffee to try to bring peace and unite the community. Look, now they saw the whole pizza thing, and now they're trying to, bring food to unite people. And they're probably doing this out of fear of most likely a bunch of riots happening. It's so stupid. Instead of putting these people in their place, we're, trying to feed them to make them not destroy cities. That's what it's come to. How about instead of trying to bring unity by giving people cookies and pizza, you just arrest everybody who causes violence, especially from, the Black Lives Matter and Antifa that are always causing some type of confrontation themselves and, burning down literally whole entire cities. Like, again, now is this the new thing everyone's going to be posting about, the cookies for peace? Oh my god, that's so bad. Can't believe this stuff, bro. Oh yeah, and I saw, who was it earlier? There's like someone who put out a tweet saying, this Kyle Rittenhouse thing isn't about race, it's about class. That's also, I don't know, for some reason the corniness just reminded me of that. I need to go see if I could find that. See, still nothing from the Verdict Watch. Anyways, that's the whole cookie thing. The newest thing is a cookie thing. We had the pizza, now we have the cookies. What's gonna be tomorrow? I don't get it. It's gonna be tacos or something. Just can't with this. Oh look, here we go again. Look, it's like so repetitive going through all this. State lines again. The state lines, Lord. We already just talked about that, so I'm not gonna repeat myself too much. Oh, again, state lines. Everybody's talking about state lines. Oh, well, this person is for Kyle Rittenhouse. So why can they cross state lines but not Kyle Rittenhouse? What is this? Two anti-Rittenhouse protesters were arrested outside the Kenosha courthouse. Shakita Cornelius, I can't believe that's real. A local Black Lives Matter reader crossed state lines and was filmed resisting arrest. Anthony Chacon, who has a long criminal record, was filmed assaulting people. I'm not sure who these people are. I mean, obviously, we know what they did. I don't know if it's the people from the video yesterday, because like I said, I know there's some people outside the courthouse who were like flipping over reporters or something, body slamming them, and like punching people. I don't think these are it, because this is that a woman? I can't even tell. Shakita's, I think it sounds like a woman name, right? Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I don't get the reply though. I mean, they got arrested, so it's funny though. They had the state lines, they crossed state lines. It's a funny addition to it. Let's see what it says about him. It says one of those arrested was Anthony Chacon, who was filmed assaulting a Rittenhouse supporter along with a journalist on Wednesday evening. All right, so it is what I was talking about when they body slammed. They literally body slammed the reporter out. And I was saying yesterday, I wouldn't be surprised if nothing happens to them, but good that they actually arrested these guys. It says breaking. All right, so this is the first one, though. One of the anti-Rittenhouse protesters arrested outside Kenosha courthouse is Anthony Angel, probably pronounced Angel Chacon. He was charged with battery, resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, and bail, jumping on both felony and misdemeanor. So that's the first guy, and this is the second person. It says the second belligerent anti-Rittenhouse protester arrested outside Kenosha courthouse is local Black Lives Matter leader Shakita Lashia Cornelius, who crossed state lines from Zion, Illinois. Yeah, the 3 L's. It looks like it's ILL, but the capital I for some reason looks like an L. It says she is co-chair of Black Lives Matter, Lake County, Illinois. So look, I love being black. Is that what her shirt said? Or is I love being black, shit kinda dangerous. Oh, now that's annoying. I mean, not annoying. That's ironic right there. It says, I love being black. Shit kind of dangerous, but it's dope. Oh, it's so dangerous being black. You know, that's ironic because she was the one causing danger, apparently. Oh my god. It doesn't get any better than this. It says, for context, folks who entered January 6th, who were ushered by police and walked around, didn't break anything, are still in jail. Come on, Cornelius. Alright, is this happening now? It says, man wearing faux coat. I think this is yesterday. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that word because that's pretty disgusting, and I don't want to say that on stream. Alright, so those are the videos we watched yesterday. What is this? Carol Rittenhouse. Still waiting on this. It says 10 Haley. Alright, people are spamming that article we saw. It says jury to the return for day 3. Alright, that's not important. Jump kick man who kicked Kyle Rittenhouse in the head is revealed. Alright, I'm just gonna look up how to pronounce this guy's name because I'm not completely sure, and I'm tired of saying it weird every time. Let's see.
Schroeder.
Schroeder, alright, that makes sense. I wasn't completely sure. It's kind of bugging me. I was like, Schroeder, I guess. One more time just to make sure. What the? That's not what I wanted.
Schroeder.
Alright, Schroeder. Alright, I'll remember that for now on. Again with the Matt Gaetz thing. This is Matt Gaetz hiring Kyle Rittenhouse makes perfect sense. I mean, he has to know plenty of high school girls. Alright, that's pretty funny. I can't lie. What does a congressional intern even do? I'm not even sure about that, but I don't know. I just don't know about that whole idea. How's the MSNBC thing breaking? Didn't that happen yesterday? And the whole banning thing I think was earlier today. Alright, to be honest, I'm not really trying to watch the Aubrey thing, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I could turn it on, but it's like I'd rather just look at Kyle Rittenhouse stuff, even though I think we're mostly caught up on everything pretty much. It's just a lot of waiting to do. I mean, we're checking to see if anything else comes out. It says the judge overseeing Kyle Rittenhouse's homicide trial barred MSNBC staff on Thursday from entering his courthouse in Kenosha, Wisconsin, after a person affiliated. Alright, we know about that. Everybody's talking about that right now, it seems. Let's see what happened with what goes our just tweet. Let's see, I see someone put. I think he tweeted something out. Dude, why is Gozar so base, bro? I don't know, must have been something old. It says, Matt Gaetz says he's open to hiring Kyle Rittenhouse as an intern this is the kind of moron we let into politics, someone that is going to get a 17-year-old kid to give advice on the country. See, like, I'm not saying that that's the entire reason that I think it's kind of a dumb idea. Like, I guess, yeah, he's not even 17, he's 18. I'm not completely opposed to young people being in those types of positions, because I feel like, well, not everyone, but there's definitely a lot of young people out there that know what they're doing, and they know a lot, and especially the people that agree with us is what I'm talking about mostly. But, like, do we even know anything about Kyle Rittenhouse's political positions, really? I mean, everybody assumes that he's, like, a base kid, which I'm not doubting he's right-wing, but is he really, like, good? I don't know. Either way, it's Matt Gaetz, so I don't really care whoever his interns are. But I'm just saying in a general sense. Like, if he does it, I mean, good for Kyle, I guess. I mean, maybe Kyle could start being a politician or something in the future. I mean, I made that joke the other day saying, imagine Kyle Rittenhouse wins the presidency in like 30 years. That'd be pretty funny. It's just a joke, though, but I don't know. Maybe he gets into politics after all this or something like that. And that's literally what everyone's talking about right now, it seems. The three things, the big things right now are the Matt Gaetz thing, the pizza thing, I guess combined with the cookies thing. And what else was it? Oh, the MSNBC thing is like what everyone's talking about right now. So we're pretty much caught up in the important things. It says, to many Repubs, Kyle Rittenhouse is a model young man. Fox News pushes he was in Kenosha to help. Despite his wearing an assault rifle around his neck, Matt Gaetz talked about Rittenhouse's bright future, hinted that he might hire him as an intern. You see, look, the thing is, like, I don't have anything against Kyle Rittenhouse. He looks like a regular kid, I guess. But, like, holding him up like that, putting him on the pedestal is, like, a little weird, I think. Because, like, we don't know much about the guy other than what we've seen from the trial and some other information. Like, I don't know enough about him to say he's a model young man and all that. Especially that, you know, I don't really think he did everything perfect either, so. Obviously, he's innocent. That's obviously what we all agree upon here, but in terms of, I think the big thing probably was lying about being a medical guy, just for, if I imagine myself in that situation, like, why would I even, like, get into all that? Is because I think I see a young guy like him, I think, all right, if I was there, what would I do? And I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm looking at it from an outside perspective, but I really don't think I would get myself into any of these situations like that. I mean, obviously, if I was on the ground like that, I would probably shoot, but in terms of everything that happened before that, says, contact Judge Schroeder, the biased, unprofessional Rittenhouse trial judge. Alright, so this is what they're doing now. I'll probably take that off. I mean, there's not that many people watching right now, so it doesn't matter. If you think Kyle's guilty, please watch this video. The media's always trying to lie to everybody. Alright, I guess we'll play it. Why not? Sign in and confirm your age. Alright, I don't feel like doing that right now. Because don't want to show you guys my password. So it says, Kyle Rittenhouse's judge is in some deep shit. Tell me again, MSNBC, why Kyle Rittenhouse trial is due to a freelancer. I mean, I guess let's see what's going on here for like a few seconds, if anything interesting's going on.
Again, after
There's a march outside,
the national
apparently.
media had started reporting about the shooting of Mr. Arbery, do you recall?
I believe it was after.
Okay. And as the administrator, what did you have to do to allow Mr. McMichael to...
I don't know that I actually did. I'm sure there's a record.
Assuming that march
I'm not
is
saying
live,
I didn't,
right?
but it's
Or else
just,
probably
it
wouldn't
needs
be
the
up there.
approve or decline.
Okay. And tell the jury why you were willing to approve Mr. McMichael, Travis.
It says death penalty, free Kyle Rittenhouse, and send him here. It says former NFL running back Zach Stacy beating on his ex-girlfriend in front of their 5-month-old.
Things are way different. Listen, things are way different now.
Alright, let's see what this is. Hopefully it's not too brutal, because... Wow. What the... Oh my god! Oh, there's more? Oh, there's a different angle.
Listen,
You think that was okay?
Listen, now I do not. Please, please, please.
Where's the 5-month-old at? Is he,
You thought that was okay? And then you're gonna ruin relationships and talking about I'm destructive?
Alright, that's fucked up, bro. I know. What the? I know certain people like to make some jokes, but.
Oh my god. Oh. Listen, things are way.
Mike Bergman says, "What's up, fam? Nothing much. We're still waiting for the verdict here, I guess. We have it on this screen over here. Obviously, nothing's going on. The Aubrey trial is going on, but that's not really what we're talking about here. I put it on sometimes just to tune in, but mostly still seeing the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff. We also do have Collins available for anyone that wants, so that's here too. If anybody wants to call in." Rainmaker64 says toll paid. What are you referring to? Maybe I'm dumb, but I don't get what you're referring to. Mike Berman says, "Whoa, what a douche." Yeah, that guy was a dickhead.
Trial for the death of Ahmaud Arbery.
So here's this march going on right now.
Right here for you, as well as what's happening again over in Kenosha.
Wait, how did this accidentally get muted? Alright, just when we go on here, this got cut off. It says we'll be right back. Oh, looks like we have a vote for guilty on our poll right here. 92% not guilty, 8% guilty, 12 votes. That's crazy. We always get at least 1 or 2 people to put guilty, but surprisingly, those people are never in chat. I'd like to maybe talk to someone about that. Commercial break. Mike Bergman says Kenosha needs 1,000 armed KRs right about now. Is it bad out there right now? I've seen a couple videos and it didn't look too bad. And they had cops out there giving cookies because the whole pizza thing is what everyone's talking about now. Where Kyle Rittenhouse supporters and BLM people, they were bonding over some good old American pizza. So now the cops out there are giving out cookies and said cookies for peace. That's the last I've seen of that. So, especially that I don't even think we're going to get a verdict today. I mean, we might, but I'm not completely sure. So, I don't know. It didn't look too bad out there. Chinese Joe Biden says, is a verdict today? Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. I'm not sure. there's no way to know for sure, but I thought yesterday we'd get a verdict, and we didn't, so I'm leaning towards we're not getting a verdict here. That's what I'm leaning towards, but we'll just have to keep waiting, I guess. Hopefully we do.
And issued several traffic-related citations, but they do say that this person was possibly trying to photograph the jurors. So let's go back to earlier here this morning when the judge was talking about what had happened overnight.
If anything happens, and while we wait, we're just looking at everything else that's going on, including some of the Aubrey trial. Look, this is earlier today, by the way, on the top left. So that's not live. I don't know. I should probably keep it on. Just to look at it, because I didn't stream this part of it. I came in like like an hour late, which means I only missed that one segment. It was like
and again, we're going to be listening into this portion
30 minutes
that
of
happened earlier
talking
here
there,
this
and then it
morning.
got cut off,
this
and it's
going
been
on
like that ever
when
since.
The jury continues deliberations into day number 3. This incident taking place, and it is being investigated much further, according to Kenosha Police, saying there's no breach of security regarding the jury, nor were there any photographs that were obtained. This investigation remains active and open, with no further information that they gave at this time.
So is like the sound on for that or what? I don't know. I thought maybe it'd be interesting to look at what happened. Although I don't think it was much, or else if it was, we probably would have already talked about it.
And again, since this video was from just earlier here today, we saw the judge sit down in his seat. Our camera crews inside the courtroom saw this as well. I'm going to jump ahead to the portion where he's actually addressing this issue, especially since he did say that they will be banned from the courtroom.
Oh, this is the MSNBC thing, so we did talk about this.
Right, this is pertinent to the case of the state against Rittenhouse, and the media have been asking questions. There's been conversation around this morning. We had asked the media coordinator to determine possible whereabouts of certain persons because we received a report this morning from the Kenosha Police Department that last evening, well, and let me just set this background here. The jury in this case is being transported from a different location in a bus with the windows covered so that they don't.
Mike Bergman says, you saw that old Black Panther dude in the leather hat, right? The dude is a textbook NPC.
Interest in the case. And,
I'm not sure.
So
I don't think I've seen that.
I'm going to call it a sealed bus. And
was that like on a video or something? I might have.
It's been done every day, and then they're brought here to this
building.
Not
sure. This Chinese Joe Biden says, yesterday the Predator Poachers guy, one of the guys that caught EDP 445 was in Kenosha Sport Rittenhouse. Yeah, I don't follow those people, but I guess that's pretty cool.
And who claimed that he was a producer with NBC News, employed for MSNBC, and under the supervision.
I didn't know about that though, but that is interesting.
A person. What's going on? Oh, okay. Under the supervision of someone named Irene Bayan in New York for MSNBC. The police, when they stopped him because he was following at a distance of about a block and went through a red light, pulled him over and inquired of him what was going on, and he gave that information and stated that he had been instructed by Ms. Bayan in New York to follow the jury bus. The matter is under further investigation at this point. And the media has asked questions about it. That's the latest I have. And he was ticketed for violating a traffic control signal. He's not here today, from what I'm told. And I have instructed that no one from MSNBC News will be permitted in this building for the duration of this trial. This is a very serious matter, and I don't know what the ultimate truth of it is, but absolutely it would go without much thinking that someone who is following the jury bus, that is it's extremely serious matter, and will be referred to the proper authorities for further action. Thank you.
All right, so there you heard it once again. They did ban MSNBC from the courtroom for the remainder of this trial. Now, we did also have an NBC spokesperson talk with our Fox News team, saying last night a freelancer received a traffic citation while the traffic violation took place near the jury van. The freelancer never contacted or intended to contact the jurors during deliberations and never photographed or intended to photograph them. We regret the incident and will fully cooperate with the authorities on any investigation. So Kenosha Police did say, obviously, this continues to be an open and active investigation, and did not give further comments on that incident. So we will.
All right, so from what I understand with that, the person who got caught doing that, the reporter, it was journalist, whatever, same thing. They said that they were sent to go follow the bus, and then MSNBC comes out and says that they were never sent to follow the bus. That just didn't happen. So obviously someone is lying, and I'd assume it's MSNBC. If I got all of that right. Oh, it looks like people are moving back in there. It says, yeah, I think Eric Julie talked about it in his live stream earlier. A self-proclaimed Black Panther whose boomer age was outside the courtroom talking about how bad the racist KR is. Yeah, I don't think I saw that then. I seen some of the stuff from outside. I saw mostly the fighting that was going on. It was just a little bit.
And more
I saw someone walk in. I looked away right when it happened, so I don't know who just walked in, but I think it was the judge.
To another quick break, and when we come back, we'll be back in the trial down in Georgia as we continue to hear more witness testimony on the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial.
With Cardio Mobile, the FDA cleared personal.
Off. I'll put it back to the Fox one because at least they're doing multiple things at once. All right, so it is still like this. I don't know. I saw someone come in. I'll put it back here. Although I don't know why these guys do commercial breaks so often. It says, imagine the collective conservative brain melt of Kyle Rittenhouse had shot Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt. What? This makes no sense. What? I'm just gonna reply. All right, everybody go like that tweet, by the way. What? What? Where's the connection? That makes no sense. Why would Kyle Rittenhouse have shot? Like, I don't get it. Like, I get it. I get it's a hypothetical, but it's just there's no point made there. It's like, and it doesn't even make sense. Like, all right, what if he was the person who shot Ashley Babbitt? What about it? It'd be the same. Or what, are they saying that he was the guy in the building, even though that was like what was he, like a federal agent or something, right? He was the person who shot Ashley Babbitt was someone in the National Guard, so how'd that even be possible at all? I don't know, just the stupid things I see on here is kind of ridiculous. A lot of base people, though, surprisingly. It says Babbitt wasn't pushing a dumpster fire into gas pumps, dropping an N-bomb. LMAO, yeah, that's true too. She was just in the building. I mean, I get they told her to get back and all that, but like she wasn't doing anything. Like she was just there, really, pretty much. It was really unnecessary to kill her. And what happened with that? They never identified the guy or anything. Nothing happened to him. Last time I checked, so.
They tendered.
Says this monster on the left beat up a black woman named Mona Lisa Doofy in March 2020, kicking in the chest. He was shot by Kyle Rittenhouse. Wait. Alright, this is a different guy. I was about to say, what, didn't we just watch that guy beat someone up? But that's not the same guy. The other guy was like an NFL guy. This guy apparently beat up a black woman, and he was one of the guys that was shot by Kyle. I wish Mona Lisa was armed when he attacked her. So this guy's one of the guys is still alive, right? I never looked at the pictures of all the people, really. It says CNN's Bakari Sellers lies about Kyle Rittenhouse 4 times in 14 seconds. It's impressive, really. All right, let's look at this. What the? It says Mike Bergman says everyone from January 6th needs to be released with all charges dropped ASAP. Yeah, honestly, not to be a black pillar, but I really don't think that's going to happen, at least anytime soon. It's interesting. I remember I heard something about Trump was planning to pardon them, but he wasn't able to do it for some reason. Or he was like talked out of it or something like that. Just imagine if he did that. He probably would have gotten a lot more shit. All right, let's see this.
If you look at the Rittenhouse case, he crossed state lines.
Oh my God, I'm tired of this, bro. I hear state lines. Shut up about state lines, please. Oh my God. All right, let's run it back. All right, this is kind of a spoiler up here, but whatever. We'll just act like we didn't see any of that.
Look at the Rittenhouse case. He crossed state lines. His mama drove him across state lines, dropped him off so that he could help the cops or do whatever he thought he was doing. And the only person who fired shots that night was Rittenhouse.
Not true.
If you look at the Rittenhouse case, he crossed state lines. His
True,
mama
but irrelevant.
across state lines, dropped him off. So
his mama dropped him off was a lie. So that's 3 of them. What was the other one? Rittenhouse did not fire shit. Protest fired more shots than Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse is not the... Alright, so those are the 4 lies. That's crazy. Like, it just shows how the media is so controlling of the situation that they're the ones spreading all these lies. It's been happening since the day Kyle Rittenhouse shot those people. It's been the media that are spreading all these lies, and the people just eat it up. And now here's this guy, 4 lies in 14 seconds. These are literally lies. It's not like a debate. It's not like a debatable thing. It's not like, oh, well, maybe this or maybe that or like something like that, you know, where you could actually maybe debate what actually happened there. That's literally just straight up lies that are being repeated. And for some reason, these people just continue to get away with it. Like, where are all these fact checkers at? Where, remember, Trump would do his press conference or something, and they'd have these fact checks. How many lies he told in this whole thing, and it'd be a bunch of bullshit. These people lied 4 times in 14 seconds. What are people gonna say about him? Nothing. Nothing. It's just maybe a few mentions by conservatives on Twitter, like that tweet, but MSNBC got caught red-handed sending their goons to harass a jury in a high-profile court case. Not only is the media refusing to tell the truth about Kyle Rittenhouse, but they are also going out of their way to ensure that he doesn't receive a fair trial. It says Kyle Rittenhouse, Judge Schroeder, POTUS, is all we've heard about all week. America needs to laugh. Oh, shut up, man. Oh my god, bro. Again with the boomer posting. Not to pick on the older people, but come on, like that's like the type of stuff they do. I'm just tired of it. It says, as Kyle Rittenhouse trial jury deliberates the verdict, rumors about bricks appearing on the streets of Kenosha are spreading on social media. That happened like 3 days ago. I don't know why they're reporting on it now. That's old news pretty much. I'm sure the bricks are probably still there, but you know, ready to get thrown at buildings and cars. It says, why are you a white supremacist? Do you enjoy the benefits of human extermination and enslavement? You happy kids with AR-15s are participating in vigilantism. The KKK were also vigilantes. You are not superior. Kyle Rittenhouse is guilty of murder and perpetuating white supremacy. It's like these people live on another planet, man. This is like, you know, we have all the Q boomers and stuff like that for our side. This is like the equivalent of that on the other side, pretty much. And also, those black people that think that every race was originally black. Like, the original native Asian people were actually African. That's the equivalent. It's pretty funny, but that was cringe. It says the state prosecutors in Rittenhouse trial infringed on Kyle's rights in front of the jury, lied about being unable to locate the Kaminskis, lied about being unable to identify Jump Kick Man, attempted to change testimony from photo Chad, manipulated video evidence. It says, this is Irene Bayon, the NBC News reporter, who asked James Jin Morrison to follow the jury in the Kyle Rittenhouse case. She has deleted all of her social media accounts as being named. Alright, that's suspicious. So, we know who she is. She deleted all her accounts. I'd say it's pretty certain after that she probably actually did do that. I mean, why would the guy lie? Like, so why would we believe MSNBC? Obviously, they're going to cover for themselves. Alright, we'll see what happens to her. We'll keep an eye out. Looks like this just came out. This revealed who gave the order. I mean, I think we knew the name already, but this is her pictures and social medias and stuff, which all got deleted apparently. It says deletes Twitter, LinkedIn after Kyle Rittenhouse follow home jury drama. What the? Imagine thinking Elmo is the enemy, but Kyle Rittenhouse is the hero. It says hashtag not invited. Why is Elmo not invited to CPAC 2022 Florida? What Elmo do? I don't know. Never heard about that. It says, this is what Kyle and his cool AR-15 did to those people he shot that night. I'm surprised the prosecution hasn't pointed out clearly that Kyle was using armor-piercing full metal jacket rounds, ammo used in wars to pierce body armor, rounds using civilians, and don't feel like playing that video because again, I'm not too sure on YouTube's rules and all that. I don't want to get the video age restricted or something like that for that kind of stuff. Alright, looks like our poll right here, it's gone under 90% for not guilty, so someone else must have voted guilty. It's 85% of 15%. I think this is the lowest it's been for us, right? 15 days before killing two Kyle Rittenhouse on vid. Bro, I wish I had my freaking AR-15 right now. I'd just start shooting rounds at them. People actually support beating up girls. He literally sucker punched a girl in the face multiple times on camera. Well, first of all, we have no idea what happened to make him do that. And I'm not saying that, alright, he could just beat up random people, but like that's completely irrelevant to the situation. People just try to bring that up to change people's attitudes on him based on stuff that is irrelevant. says, all right, this is all stuff we already seen. To be honest, let's see. I'll give it maybe until like 4 o'clock p.m. EST. And if nothing's happened by then I'll probably end it off, because I don't think we'll get a verdict if there's nothing going on by then. Or 4:30, something around that. Just like last time they had, I don't know, again, I said this earlier, but yesterday they had until 5 CST, so 6 EST. They had until then to come up with a verdict. I haven't seen anything about the time limit now. I don't know if it's until 6 EST again, or if there's any sort of limit on it. Obviously, they're not going to go like a whole day, so I'm assuming it'll be around the same time that they have to come up with a verdict. And then the judge will dismiss the jurors. It says, where were we on here? Oh, no, we just read that. All right. Mike Bergman says, it's funny watching leftists trying to talk about guns. Yeah, it is pretty... I mean, I'm not like a gun expert myself, so I can't say too much about that, but it is pretty funny seeing people who actually have zero clue what they're talking about. Like when the prosecution was talking about it too, about the holotips and stuff like that. This breaking note shows the deadlocked jury is requesting to see fortified image of Kyle Rittenhouse from the prosecutor's photo analyst. What's a fortified image? It says, please prepare Mr. Rosenbaum's shooting, event 1, FBI, and the handwriting is pretty bad, so I can't really make it out. FBI aerial with all, what is that? I don't know, POIO marked. Drone video zoomed in. Image still after. Mr. Rittenhouse pat down fire extinguisher. Put down fire extinguisher. Says full event. 1 video in regular and slow motion. We will request when ready. Presiding juror 54. And that was today at 11:40. So was that about the video from last time? It says, as much as you may hate it, was what was done to the image is not so unusual. It was very similar done to this one. Alright, so apparently this is what they did to that one photo that apparently was messed up. It says, as seen by Hubble Space Telescope from Earth, a distance of 4.78 billion kilometers. And then this is from a distance of 766,000 kilometers. And it says, these are 2 separate images from 2 very different... Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I don't get it. Oh, wait, I think she explains it here. I don't know who this is. I mean, I'm just going to take this with a grain of salt, because she says, okay, this is how the picture on the left is clearer because it's closer and has more detail. We all get that one. The one on the right was created by NASA by taking images over the years 2001 to 2002 as Pluto orbited and revolved. Images of the same faces if it were combined. And I think there's supposedly another half of that. Alright, I don't know where her other comment what was going on went. Yeah, I don't get the planet thing. Those are 2 different pictures from what I'm seeing. Alright, so that happened just now. It says, they want to tell you the Kyle Rittenhouse case is about race, but it's really all about class. If he was the son of a wealthy upper Midwest families. Alright, so that's the tweet I was talking about, but someone might have just copy and pasted it. So this is exactly what the guy said. I think our friend Cheeser actually retweeted it, so I want to go see who said that. I mean, we've already talked about it, but just to make sure who originally said that. Alright, here. Oh, come on. Oh, it's Jack Pasebic. How do you say his name? Pasebic. Sobiek. I don't know. I'm not good with last names. Oh yeah, and Liberty Hangouts reply. The McCloskeys disagree. Look, that's such an epic picture. Look at that. That's like looks like a GTA loading screen or something. Cause those loading screens, they look some of them are like a bit like weird looking. This one looks pretty funny for that. Someone should make a mod for that. If there isn't already one. I have to probably make a recreation of it so it'll be like a drawing. I think I've seen like an edit something like that. So that was that. Let's go back here. Still nothing. What happens if they just don't come up with a verdict? I think that because it could go on for like a week, 2 weeks, something like that. But eventually, I think they have to like cut it off, right? Let's look that up. It says, what happens if jury cannot read? I don't know. I doubt this will happen. I can't believe it's coming up to this point though, where I'm wondering if how long it'll take, because from the beginning I've always said it's pretty clear, and for anyone with a brain, and the trial was going so good at the beginning, but now all of a sudden it's like we don't know. It says, for 2 weeks, jurors in the Kyle Rittenhouse homicide trial sat silently in Kenosha, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's get straight to the point. It says, jurors can take as much or as little time as they need to reach a verdict. On Tuesday, the first day of deliberations, they asked for copies of the first part of the jury instructions that have to do with self-defense, and then later asked for the rest of the instructions. A verdict on any count must be unanimous. All 12 jurors must agree. They are instructed to listening to opposing arguments in the deliberation room, and to be willing to change their minds if they find those arguments convincing. The judge told the jury before the deliberations began that they had the option to consider lesser charges on each count. If jurors cannot reach an agreement either to convict or to acquit on a particular count, the jury is set to be hung, and the judge can declare mistrial. If this happens, prosecutors must decide whether to drop the charge or to pursue another trial. Alright, so that's also the whole mistrial thing everyone's talking about. But I guess all jurors have to agree. I didn't know that. I mean, maybe it sounds a little dumb, but I'm not like a law guy, and I've never really looked into it. I thought maybe it was like a majority had to agree, but all 12, I don't know. I didn't know that. Let's see if anyone's in the. I'm gonna unmute myself, or I mean undeafen myself in the Collins thing in case anybody still wants to go. Obviously, since there's not much going on, we don't have as many people as the last stream, so that's kind of expected. I don't really care, to be honest, cause I know eventually something's gonna happen and things will pick back up. But I'm gonna undeafen myself in the Discord, Collins voice chat, in case anybody still wants to do that soon. I already let my Discord know, but we'll see what happens. I haven't done Collins in a while, so I thought, we might as well, since things have been pretty slow in terms of all of this. Which reminds me, I do have my new show coming soon. I was planning to do something about it, I think this week or next week. Probably next week, to be honest. I don't want to rush things. The first episode of it will probably be just like an introduction kind of thing. Not like a real episode. I'll just talk about myself and the show and just give a brief introduction for the whole thing. And then from then on out, we'll do the real episodes. So I mean, it's technically a real episode, but just like kind of an intro thing. And I'm planning a lot of stuff for the show. Obviously, I'm gonna have like a whole new graphics setup. So not for like the same as the ones you see now on the intro and the outro. I'll still use these for casual streams because obviously I'm not gonna do the show every day. when it's something like this where we're just reacting to a trial or anything else I just decide to get on or do a gaming stream, it'll be the ones you see now, and for the show, it'll have their own separate things. And also, I want to bring on like some guests occasionally. I'll see who I'll bring on for that. There's definitely a good amount of people that I think would be good to put on. And by guests, I don't mean like, you know, random people. I mean like other like content creators and stuff like that. That would be pretty cool. I don't think I've ever done that yet, have I? Because I had New Age Politics Live, and Reloaded was only 2 episodes. So yeah, I don't think I've ever done that. Brought on actual guests. I've done Collins definitely quite a few times. And we used to get like a good amount of Collins and stuff. I don't know how, because like back then I had like way less subscribers, and it was on my old channel too before all of this. Let's see here. Who's this? Is this the Aubrey stuff?
And Mr. Islam should be dismissed. So, on behalf of the people of the state of New York, together with the attorneys from the Innocent Project and the Cheney's law firm, we jointly move to vacate these convictions on the grounds of newly discovered evidence and the failure to disclose exculpatory evidence.
So are they not showing this anymore?
Visit the highest outdoor sky deck in the Western Hemisphere.
So the amount of lawsuits that should rain down upon the jackals in our corrupt corporate media and opportunistic race-baiting politicians after the attempted prosecution trial of Kyle Rittenhouse concludes should be biblical. I wouldn't be too optimistic and all that. Is Kyle Rittenhouse a hero or a criminal? I mean, he's not a criminal. But hero, I don't know. Does hero saving yourself count as you being a hero? It says Facebook labels Kyle Rittenhouse a dangerous person, bans legal analysis favoring his defense. When this happened, is this recent? I've never seen anything about this. Hold up. Where's the date on here? It says Kyle Rittenhouse Facebook ban. Our standards on dangerous individuals and organizations. We don't allow symbols, praise, or support of dangerous individuals or organizations on Facebook. We define dangerous as things like terrorist activity, organized hate or violence, mass or serial murder, human trafficking, criminal or harmful activity. Thus, Facebook took this action before the jury even went into deliberations on the charges against Rittenhouse. They labeled him a dangerous person, even though he's innocent until proven guilty in America, and has made a persuasive case for self-defense that many analysts say could or should prevail. In this case, they're banning people from learning about a judicial decision in court because that's what the story was based on. The judge made a ruling on state law and benefits the defendant relating to the firearm charge against him. We reported that Facebook doesn't want people to know, apparently. That's so... Look, this is what all this big tech can get away with. So would Facebook similarly ban people from sharing stories on the men he shot? We doubt it. In fact, we've written stories on the men he shot, and Facebook didn't label them dangerous people. Joseph Rosenbaum was a child molester who was out on bail for domestic assault who chased Rittenhouse, who is dangerous. I mean, I guess it only counts as dangerous to them if you're right-wing white male conservative. It's nothing new, to be honest. People love to act like shocked every time something like this happens, but you know, I'm really just tired of that. And not in the sense of like get used to it, more in the sense of like, yeah, we already know about this. It's been happening for so long now. This man spotted with an AR-15 outside car. Rittenhouse trial confirms he is a fired Ferguson police officer.
Memory nor justice is served when two innocent men languish in prison for a crime they did not commit. I thank Mr. Van for joining us here today, among our client's many other supporters. Finally, I wish to acknowledge and appreciate Abdur Rahman Muhammad, Rachel Drexen, and Phil Bertelson, who recently created the work Who Killed Malcolm X? Work that shone a bright light on this tragic injustice and helped us get where we are today. And last, I want to thank the fabulous lawyers in my office, including Morgan Miller and especially Deborah Francois, who traveled the country with me during the pandemic to investigate this case, to get to the truth, and to exonerate two innocent men. With that, Your Honor, I give the floor to Barry Sheff.
Your Honor, I join in all the remarks of my colleague, Mr. Shays. It is an honor and a privilege for the Innocence Project to be representing Mr. Aziz and the family of Mr. Islam. The damage done to them and their families by this wrongful conviction is immeasurable. Truth be told, this has been an exoneration in plain sight for decades. Scholars, journalists, and the filmmakers that made Who Killed Malcolm X, Mike Wallace, in 1980, in an incredible episode, also entitled Who Killed Malcolm X, brought forth a lot of the evidence that we have relied upon here today to make the case that these two men were wrongfully convicted and that exculpatory evidence was suppressed. Truth be told, today's official acknowledgement that the FBI and NYPD suppressed
Notifications off says
evidence in their
this
possession
whole trial should have ended long ago, so obviously cause innocent.
even from the
Yeah, it shouldn't have even happened in the first place. Oh, look, looks like there's something else finally being shown on the verdict watch.
I think I can fairly say,
Looks like there's people outside. I mean, they've been outside for a while. Let me see if they're putting that on a different screen that we can actually see it big.
indicated they would have agreed and found the four other people that committed this crime with him.
This holiday season, give your family something that keeps on going.
Her very own Energizer Bunny?
Energizer Ultimate Lithium. The _1 longest lasting AA battery.
Alright, it looks like Fox News is just showing that.
What's known as Operation COINTELPRO, which was a systematic effort, unfortunately, by the Federal Bureau of Investigation to disrupt the Black Power and Civil Rights movement in this country. And it is an enormous tragedy that this assassination occurred on the very day that Malcolm X was about to give a speech announcing and explaining the Organization of African American Unity, which was an extraordinary step in the progress of the civil rights movement in this country.
I wonder what's going on there. If they're showing it, then that probably means something's going on. Let me check on Twitter if there's any videos coming out. It looked like someone was talking over there. I don't see any new videos.
As
I honestly
Mr.
rather
Mann,
watch that with the sound on.
who's here today, and others have called for a larger investigation with greater access to evidence to get the history right. We think that should happen. But it was beyond the capacity of this conviction reinvestigation process to do that. Now, official acknowledgement of a wrongful conviction is extraordinarily important. It didn't do Mr. Aziz or the family of
Hillary Clinton says, hello, please don't ban me from your chat. I won't, bro. Just like, to be honest, bro, like, don't do like weird stuff like that. Like, I really don't care about people who don't agree with me being viewers and stuff. But like, just don't do weird Fed-like stuff like that, like trying to like infiltrate my writing team.
It's not a great day for celebration.
And like pretending to be someone you're not, like lying about your views, like that's it's kind of too much.
Was somebody that we asked Mr. Vance, Mr. Dunn, and Mr. King to work on this case. And Peter Casolaro also worked with Ms. Hopkin and I years ago, reinvestigating the case, reinvestigating the case of people we call the exonerated five, the people that were wrongly convicted of having attacked the Central Park jogger. And we are really grateful to our colleagues for allowing and assigning Peter to work on this case. He is a brilliant lawyer. He is a person of terrific integrity. Couldn't be here today because of a hip operation. But
all right, looks like I think I might have just found a stream that is outside the courthouse right now. So I'm gonna go on that, and it's someone that doesn't even have that much viewers right now. So I think it'd be interesting to see. It says, hold up, let me look up the channel here. I feel like this would definitely be interesting to see. Oh look, this is the cookies, just what I was talking about. I don't know for those who were here earlier. The cops are giving out cookies after the whole pizza thing just to bring people together, and apparently now we have to give criminals cookies just so they don't tear down buildings. Alright, I'll play this here. This is going to be interesting. This is right outside the courthouse, apparently. So, there's no other footage of it besides this Fox News one, which doesn't have sound. And I guess we'll be seeing it live right now and seeing what's going on.
Hi, David! How you doing, man? I'd shake hands, but I'm a little full right now.
Shake your elbow.
So, dude, how many people got arrested? Wait a minute, hold on. How many people got arrested yesterday? I know you had that tussle. Okay, so the young lady in the pink.
I don't know what they were.
Oh, okay, yeah,
she a fight over here somewhere.
Yeah, I saw it. I was here. Of course, my camera stopped working, but hey. So what's going on today? I hear I actually hear all sorts of crazy bullshit.
I haven't heard anything.
Oh my God! This is what I heard. Now I can't verify it.
Okay.
What I heard is that MSNBC got banned from the courtroom because they apparently had a freelancer trying to chase down the jury bus yesterday after it was over. Now this is no, but the thing is, this is a rumor. I'm actually hoping you'd be able to confirm it when we.
I can't. I know that someone
I
tried
lost
to do it, but I don't know where they're
caught.
from.
I mean,
and then another rumor is that
too.
2 jurors are not going to vote. They're having problems because they're afraid of getting targeted afterward. Do you know anything about that, sir? Or have you heard it?
I haven't. I've heard that rumor, but when I
tried to get on my writing team,
people that are in the know in the court said, yeah, that's not true.
That's fine. Okay, because you hear a lot of stuff online, and you need to vet every goddamn. Even your friends lie to you online.
Oh,
it's pathetic.
Yes, I agree.
So how's it been here today? How's it looking?
You don't do anything sus.
I walked through there 2 or 3 times handing out cookies to the same people that are up there chanting.
Which I'm sure you won't do. Well, you know
so they don't have that. I didn't see the dude. There was an older black gentleman, well, not as old as me, who was from BLM down in Lake County, who was being calming nerves.
Good.
When people were, he tried to calm the one guy that got arrested, but that didn't take. So
you can't fix everybody.
Dude.
Hey, you want some coffee?
Oh, I think I'm good here, sir.
You can bring a box.
I'll tell you what, I'll take a box if you want to get rid of it.
We're going to throw it away.
I will take a box and I'll bring it up there.
Take 2, absolutely.
Do you guys have a couple of coffee cups I can bring with me? Not for me. Again, they're for the people. Excuse me, miss. Yeah. If you're giving away coffee, I would like a box of it, and I'd like some cups if I can get those for the guys up there. I'm going to circulate.
Amazing, thank you.
Is that okay or not? I don't mean to be that guy.
Still warm?
Did you hit somebody?
I did not.
What were they interviewing you on? What can I ask?
I would not hit anybody. I'm not here for that. I'm just here to support Kyle.
Okay.
He's a poor young.
Were you guys arguing self-defense and stuff up there? Because I.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. You're like. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Miss, is it okay if I throw this garbage over here? Thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to do a coffee run. These nice people from the church. If I can grab about 4 cups, that's okay, and a box, and I'll circulate that up top. Thank you very much. We'll grab that one right there. Oh, that one's full. Awesome. You guys, once again, thank you very much for being so kind with the coffee and the cookies.
Freaking cookies, man. We're like feeding the criminals.
Dude, how you doing today?
Well, technically they're not criminals yet.
You were in it yesterday. You were in it yesterday?
Destroy some buildings.
Oh no, I thought you were yesterday getting into an argument. Well, no, you got into the argument.
I was in Boston.
Let me know if the volume is fine. I think it's a little too loud for me, so I turned it down.
Why, what's going on?
I had my big speaker
I don't know
here.
how it sounds to you
The
guys.
band out, he died. I had an actual microphone with a portable PA, but that died, so now we're back to this, but you know.
So real quick, without, well, I'm not looking at the politics. What's going on so far? They're still deliberating.
So hold on, did you watch any of the news this morning?
Maybe not. What do you got?
Okay, so the judge came in the courtroom.
Yeah.
And he basically said that they have one guy in custody.
Yeah.
And according to that guy in custody, that he was told to do it by his producer.
Oh, the MSNBC thing.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, I caught that on the news. I didn't verify it yet, though. Anything else you got?
The judge basically said that they couldn't, they weren't allowed in the building.
Yeah, they threw MSNBC out for being dumbasses.
But yeah, other than that, there's been literally nothing from the court.
So honestly, things are looking calm out here.
This isn't political. This is just based on what's
Unless there's a verdict, I don't think anything will happen anytime soon.
Oh, we got Jeremy Hansen in the house.
Like here we have the other angle here.
Shout out to you, bro. We've known now for 3 days that there's been 2 jurors that have
And
been
then we have
afraid
this guy.
to,
Let me see if there's any other.
Okay, and why did you? How did you find
this
that out?
This is fine for now, but
what was
just
your
in case
source?
maybe there's
They
something
put it
else.
on all the news for the last couple
Okay,
of
all right.
So you know what I mean? There's several sources that you can find it. But so my
Outside
question
courthouse.
is,
I mean, I guess that's the most content we'll get right now since there's nothing else going on.
Substitution jurors.
Yeah.
At one point,
Wait, not upload the
should we say we need to substitute those 2 other ones?
and live.
I mean,
Who the hell knows?
ridiculous at this point.
Dude, real quick, do you need a cup of coffee or anything?
No.
And you, who are you
I
with?
think
So I
this
can
is
like,
like an
I
audio.
got a whole 3 people
This is
on here.
outside the
So
courthouse for
who are you with
whoever's
so that
tuning
they can
in
go
just
look at
now.
your channel too?
I'm a conservative.
Okay.
I'm a conservative activist. I'm Maurice Jones.
Okay.
Check me out on Maurice Jones. Thick skin on me. Maurice Jones. You can look me up on
Maurice
And what is
Jones.
Parish Nation?
Everybody asks me that. It's just a jacket I got out
Okay.
of Ferdinand Coat Factory.
Thought it was your place. So, I want to ask you a
I
question.
actually bought that when we were in D.C. when we was at Brody Coat Factory.
Oh, we went to the one in
I
DC.
needed a jacket.
So confident we needed.
I didn't know it was like $20 and I got it.
We went to D.C. for a rally and we showed up there and it was just so fucking
Surprised this guy doesn't have more views.
Neither
He's
one of
the
us
only
came up
one
here
streaming
for
it.
When we were out here, it was summertime,
He
it
has,
was like
more
75,
subs
we go
than
out
me,
there and
too.
it's like 40.
Hey, I got a
3
quick
people
question for you. All right, you're a black man, right?
Yes, I'm a black man.
So the reason I'm asking, I just wanted to clarify it, is that black conservatives get a lot of shit from people.
Yeah.
Oh, a ton of
And I mean, and for well,
Yeah, we get called self-hating Negroes.
and I'm banking you get coons sometimes, stuff like that too. I'm not trying to be insulting. I just like
Race hater. I kiss the white man's ass.
you carry water, all that shit.
I need your approval
This
to
guy
like
gonna
me.
So
bust
would I
out
be
an
safe
N-word
in
too?
saying that you're a fan of Thomas Sowell? You know Thomas Sowell?
Thomas.
Sowell. Look him up online. Watch him.
No,
he's
we're not
frequent.
into communism.
No. He gets interviewed by PragerU and shit like that. So you might.
PragerU. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not doing that. I'm going towards something you might know. But check him out. You might like him.
Dude,
Pretty
what?
fucking smart. He
Freaking
doesn't get
chilling
involved
for
in
PragerU
the
to
emotions
these
of
other
it.
boomers out here.
So I was just curious because I got I got a couple of conservative black friends, and I know they had to take shit and all that.
Oh, you put the name. Now you spelled it. Now it's familiar.
Look, that other black guy
he's pretty smart.
These are the newest up-and-coming IRL streamers, I guess.
Thank you.
Gotta get these guys on Yoba TV.
I'm out of here. You stay warm, okay?
All right.
We'll catch you later. Young man, you stay warm now.
Oh, look, this is the camera. That's probably the Fox News camera. Chinese Joe Biden says he sounds like Alex Jones. Yeah, a little bit, I guess. No justice, no peace. All right, good thing Kyron has to get some justice for everything he went through.
Okay. Gonna wander around here a little bit, talk to people as we can.
This is so
try to use this coffee to ply people's mouths, get them to talk.
How much you want to bet the guy with the peace sign is like
those two guys I was just talking to, I've seen them here the last couple of days. And black conservatives, they take a lot of shit from what I've seen.
Okay, this guy actually does sound
so I
like
want to talk to him about that for just a little bit. Let's head across the street and see what we got here.
Oh, this guy's gonna go. I think that's a BLM people up there, right? I think that's where the change are coming from.
Need a little bit of coffee? Would you like a cup of coffee? All right, as long as you're good. Some coffee? Yeah, sure. I'm like, it's just fucking cold, and people from the media are getting cold out here. Hey, have you guys been covering all day today, then? Has anything gone on? I mean, you got this. Yesterday was a fist fight. I got to watch that. Who are you guys with? Really? Awesome. How about you? Huh? Okay. Awesome. I'm local, so if you need any directions towards anything, please feel free to ask.
Who
Okay?
is this guy? Why is he acting like he's important?
No, I'm just the guy who does shit. I worked for a newspaper years ago, and I've gone to the RNC and shit to cover the protests and stuff.
His videos aren't
And
even
this is happening less than
Most
a
of
mile
his
from my house.
subs
I'm
are
an idiot if I don't show up, you know? All right.
No wonder he gets such a low.
You guys take care and try not to get frostbite. So what?
Where do you publish your work?
I just live stream it or I put it on Twitter, one of the two.
Your work.
Yeah, it's Madman
These guys gotta get on Yoba TV, bro.
Madman Mike.
Hold on, let me give him a little tip. Oh, I'm not signing.
Mike.
I'll do it on my phone. I'm gonna tell him they got Yoba TV. That'd be
the guy
pretty funny.
with the Trump hat been over here
So
tonight.
apparently they need the in real life people. This guy's kind of.
He's a white dude, probably about 6 foot tall. Somebody call
That'd
him
be pretty
Hat
funny
Man.
to see.
He's get a hold of it. I'll show you. I'm gonna do a compilation of his shit. He's funny as hell. He's very antagonistic towards the protesters, but in this way, he's also very funny. He's kind of like the WWE of counter protesters. But anyways, grab some coffee for free and eat it, okay? I know you are, but if you need. Sure. All right. Let's see what we got over here now.
So you should get on Yoba TV. They need more IRL streamers. See if he reads my chat.
Oh, where's my favorite journalist here?
See if there's any updates on here.
Hey, guys.
Nope, still nothing. All right, let's go on Twitter. Just for a little bit, because I'm actually watching what's going on outside is pretty interesting. Doesn't seem like anything major came out recently. So I'll give it at this point I think we're. Oh shoot, he's confronting the BLM people. So as I was saying, it doesn't look like we're gonna get a verdict today. To be honest, it's already 4:11. Yesterday by 6 o'clock they were out, so I don't think they're
stay out of the way of
have
the
a
big
verdict
white
in 2
journalists.
hours.
Because
So
I got
I'll
shit
give it a
to
bit
do,
more.
and I hate cutting in front of a camera. I've had people do that to me. I was at the Republican National Convention in 2008. That's where I first met Vermin Supreme. Yes, his name is Vermin Supreme. He's a perennial presidential candidate. If you ever heard a protest and you see a guy with a big fishing boot on his head wearing 5 ties, hey, that's him. Anyhow, let's walk on over here. That's cool.
Wow, Do these people not get tired of like repeating these chants over and over? It's so obnoxious. Look at this.
Point blank period. Kyle is a murderer.
All this and pizza again. What a life we've got here. It's about 34 degrees, which is about 15 degrees cooler than yesterday. I think that's kind of kept crowds down. Dude.
No justice.
That guy.
No respect. No justice. No justice. No racist ass police. No justice. No justice. No racist ass police.
Yeah, the crowd here is thinner than it was yesterday
like,
the day before because of the cooler weather.
Like he killed like a cop killed the black guy or something. Like, why are they doing these chants that don't even make sense? No justice, no peace,
So it's a bit
and then no
thin out
racist
here,
ass
crowd-wise, for both protesters and counter-protesters.
Rittenhouse was not a police officer.
A lot of people are just bundled up and they're ready to go.
Doesn't really go along with what actually happened. And I know it's obviously just a chant.
Ah, yes. It's my friend Pork Chop Man. Pork Chop Man was here yesterday. Eat pork chop. I interviewed him about pork chops.
It looks like more people are lining up from this angle. You can see, I think there's a bit more than last time we checked.
Why y'all keep giving him that attention? Why y'all keep giving him that attention?
Nazis. Is that what they're saying? Fuck you, Nazis, go home.
Welcome to the clusterfuck, my friends.
So we've already been on here for more than 2 hours. I'll stay on for a while longer. I know I've been kind of staying on for a while, but it'll be a while now. Obviously, let you guys know about shooting tomorrow. I'm not sure, to be honest. It's not like we're really gonna get a verdict anytime soon. Depending on what I hear, I'll probably start even later tomorrow. Probably closer to 3 o'clock if there's nothing about a verdict. That point.
I'm going to have a question for you if you get a chance. Can I ask you a question real quick on camera or no? Yeah. It's okay? All right. You said Cal's a woman beater? I want to get these guys in the background just so I got your face. With your mask is great. So you said he's a woman beater. What are you talking about? I've read the things, but somebody watching might not know.
I read an article where you punched the woman, but the main reason I drove from Milwaukee to here is because he killed 2 people. If he was a black man who killed 2 people, we wouldn't be going through this because he would be jailed and in first. It's not it's not a system that includes everyone. People talk about home. This is my home.
Hey, can we tie that for a minute? They're being loud and overrunning it, which is fine. My name is Mike. I will look for you later today, like when this gets quieter, and we can talk about it if you want to. All right, what's your first name? Good to meet you. Thank you very much.
People, you know this is a sick-ass, racist country, and you got people out here that are celebrating Colonel Rittenhouse, who went out to AR-15 and murdered 2 other people.
Kyle is a murderer.
So still nothing. So it's not looking like there's gonna be any verdict today. We get closer to 4:30, I'll check up on the stream again. I'll just leave this on for now.
Paul is a murderer.
Alright guys, I'm just gonna leave it off here.
Frank's,
Good stream today. Obviously not as much happened. Sadly, seems like there's no verdict today. I'm ending it off a bit early because that's what it's looking like. I'm not gonna stay here for like 5 hours every day. Just for there to be no verdict. If anything really important happens, obviously I'll be back on. Although I doubt that'll happen, and I'll make my announcements on Twitter and Discord as always. So if you don't follow me there, make sure to go to my Twitter. Follow me there. That's where I've been tweeting a lot more recently. Join my Discord. Both of those links are in the description. Check out my website as well, because why not? I've been working on that a lot recently. And I guess that's pretty much it. I'll let you guys know about anything. Expect to stream tomorrow, although whether it's on this or not, I could change. Because if things look like there's going to be a verdict tomorrow, I'll stream it. If not, maybe I'll stream something else or make a video. But I appreciate all of you who joined, everyone who liked. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next stream or video.
I sound like a retard, you sound like a retard. Just accept the fact your followers are simps. They only follow cause their dick's hard. I'm sorry, but it's true. Don't get your fucking panties in a twist. You don't need to block, you don't need to report. That button's used for last resort. I'm stating the facts that you don't want anymore. Just accept that you're a dumb fucking e-girl whore. You're just extra as fuck, I'm not harassing you. You do the opposite of what you are supposed to do. I don't know how to say it, you sensitive ass bitch. Stop complaining or go get stomped in a ditch. Sorry. Not really.